Hey, this is Greg Hawks. Welcome to the live stream and another sourcing in real life thing a week. Today, I'm actually going to take a question. I had someone email me. Joe had emailed me about pulling candidate information from conference attendee lists and association directories, and he works in a very specific industry. He works in ceramics and glass, and that's definitely a niche market, not something that we usually look for. And he also has some societies and associations that he's already identified. So it looks like he's on the right track. That's definitely where I would start, especially if there's societies or conferences that do this sort of thing. I would look there. And what he's asking is, how do I pull out the information? How do I get the information and utilize it? And what are some of the tools around that? I mean, I talk about scrapers a lot, but let me just take a look with this first association here and see what we can find and see what we can do to help. So they have meetings and events, they have memberships. A lot of times you can register or sign into these societies or associations. Sometimes they'll have membership lists, like if you pay a membership fee. And let's see. I'm just a lot of times if you just look through a member directory, it looks like it's locked. So unfortunately, you a lot of times you can go through the back door and try to find your way in. You can sign up and log in a lot of ways, or you can search for similar conferences. If I just put in, let's see, ceramic and glass maybe. And I always like to go through a conference site called Sketch, and I've shown this a couple of times because it's pretty spot on if you're looking for general stuff. It's a very niche market though, so I'm going to see what I can do. So they have a glass gang. I mean, that might be something. Let's see. I need to work on my Boolean. And hopefully you can see this on the live stream. Sometimes the live stream makes the picture blurry. Let me go back here. And vacuum coders, vacuum society. Wow, that's like super niche. It would help if I would spell ceramic right. I'm gonna misspell vacuum too. Now this might be something. AIC's annual meeting. AIC's 47th meeting. 45th. Let's take a look into this. This looks promising. And we have speakers. I mean, I always go after the speakers because they're leaders in the industry. Maybe not what we're looking for. Oh no, that is sculpture. Maybe so. I've got sculpture on there. Museum of Art, coatings engineer, associate research scientist. They misspelled research scientist. They've got some people here. It's more museum folks, but that's just a general example. Let me go back. Co-author. I haven't seen co-authors. That might be another dynamic we can search by. Look at this. Physical scientist, chemist. I mean, those are prospective people that I would maybe take a look at. I'm not really sure what Joe is looking for. But he's on the right track. So basically, you can find a list of people. So what do we do with it? How do I house this into the right information? Well, I've actually created a data miner recipe already for Sketch. Oh, I don't want to show you the vortex. That was the you just saw the vortex. Pulled in the wrong window. Let's see, Sketch. Gotta love live streams. And so I already have this in data miner. So I believe it's public. Is it? Oh, it's a public recipe. So even if you're not familiar with data miner, install it. And what you can do is you can highlight one of these individuals here, right click, go to get similar, and then another window will pop up. Don't worry about all this stuff, especially Joe if you're seeing this. And I mean, that's my recipe. So basically all you got to do is run, and it pulls the link, it pulls the company, the title, the name. That's a list to start with. And look how many people are in here. Wow, that's a lot of people. That's 200 people. That's a hell of a list. Now, and the job title will help you identify really what they're about. Now, the other thing is, okay, I've got this list, and you can download it to CSV or Excel file. What do we do with this? Well, this is where the research aspect comes into play. You can pull a list. You've got the names. You've got your pipeline. Now, what you're gonna need to do is go through each one of them, look them up. A good reference point is, see, this is what the list looks like. Let me see. A lot of times you can click into each one of these profiles. Sometimes they'll have the media there. Sometimes they won't. So I literally, a lot of times, will just look them up on LinkedIn, and that's a point of contact. The other thing you can do, you can use a tool called Hire Tool, and they have a cross-referencing function, and that's on one of my earlier videos. I believe it's thing week 11. I'll show you how to, in that video, I'll show you how to go through and use the cross-referencing function, and they've actually made some additional updates. So those are 2 points of cross-referencing that you can use. I would assume if they're a speaker, if they're a co-author, they're also on some of the publication sites and out there on social media. A lot of times if you just Google somebody, you can find additional information on them. A lot of times they'll have contact information. I mean, so this is probably her, I'm assuming. Oh, look, phone number. It looks like she's not local to the US, but I mean, that's how a lot of conferences are. So I mean, really, you've got to tailor it. You've got to put in the right keywords. It sounds like Joe has identified some places to find conference lists. This is an easy way to do it. A lot of times you can just Google the conference list or Google the forum or association, and if you join as a member, and a lot of times if you register as a member, it's free. You can look through the directory, and a lot of times they'll have contact information. You don't have to do all this, but I wanted to show you what to do, not only how to find them, but what to do with that information once you do. So that's it. I'm going to keep it short today. Hopefully that helps. Thanks for joining the live stream, if you did join the live stream, and I'll see you next week.